Lawrence, a guy who has been able to beat the last man and break 70-yard runs in the past is Jonathan Taylor, who I think is a little bit of an enigma because weird situation for the Colts all around. He ended the season on an absolute tear last year, but he has this odd quarterback situation with Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. How do you think how that turns out impacts Jonathan Taylor?
I think it's for Jonathan Taylor. I think whatever the quarterback situation was last year was worse than what it's going to be this year, because at least this year you don't know who's going to be the starter yet, but you know what's going on. Like Anthony Richardson, whatever he was last year, you got to expect him to be somewhat better than that this year. And last year with Anthony Richardson, the first 4 games of the season, Jonathan Taylor was running back 7 in fantasy points per game. He comes back. Anthony Richardson gets back in weeks 11 through 16. He's only running back 15. But here's the kicker. He only had 1 touchdown in that stretch. Why? Because Anthony Richardson had 5. So the same thing we talk about with Saquon Barkley, we could be talking about it with either of the Colts quarterbacks, because they're quarterbacks who also run the ball. So that could be the concern. But then again, Jonathan Taylor is the last 200 rushing yard game we saw, so we know he's got it still.
We love Jonathan Taylor, friend of the podcast here as well, but just to give some stats that underscore what you're talking about. Last year, 38% of the team goal line rush attempts last season went to Anthony Richardson. That was 4th highest rate among quarterbacks. And then Daniel Jones last season, obviously playing for a different team, he got 44% of his team's goal line rush attempts. That was the 2nd highest rate among quarterbacks. Again, so those are stats that just tell you what you know instinctively. And what Lawrence was just talking about here is that when they get in close, whether it's Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones under center for the Colts, they're an option at the goal line. So there is a chance that Jonathan Taylor gets vultured. We don't think that Taylor is going to be heavily involved in this passing game. 6% target share in the games last year with Anthony Richardson. Maybe Daniel Jones dumps off a little bit more to him, but pass catching has never been a big part of Jonathan Taylor's game. Now, is he somebody that can run the ball tremendously? Yes, he can. But I think they will want to go run heavy, but especially if Daniel Jones is the quarterback, and I think he will be at least for part of the season, if not for a decent chunk of it, Daniel Jones can at least complete passes. And so you think about Pittman, and we were hearing and Josh Downs, and we're hearing good reports about A.D. Mitchell out of camp, and we talked about Tyler Warren yesterday as well. So there's more weapons there. Warren also, by the way, another threat to vulture goal line touches from Jonathan Taylor. So we love the talent, but there's a reason why I have him down at RB8 and not as a top 5 play because of some of these concerns.
Yep.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.